Hi everyone, naririnig po ako? Yes, so, Joriel, akala ko mag-absent ka.
Nakikinig na lang po muna ako.
Okay. Okay. Ma'am, hindi pa rin daw po. Teka lang, nawala. Si Lisa, hindi siya mapunta sa Bakit siya pupunta sa kaibigan niya? Doon siya nag-i-internet?
Opo, ma'am.
Pati daw po si Auntie. Okay. Sige. No problem. Yung ano naman natin, recorded naman ito. Pasa ko na lang sa inyo. Okay, pati daw po si Andy. Okay, makikinig na lang po. Okay po. Okay, so mabilis lamang naman to activate naman ito. Okay, but originally in the regular sessions, the regular days, magkahiwalay na dinidiscuss ito. Pero let us, what do you call this? Let us combine it today in one day. Okay, so once again, welcome to our week number 7, second to the last week of our second grading. So, before we start, please po, reminder lamang po, yung mga kailangan po ipasa at sagutan na. Okay? So, once again, our objective for today is to divide radical expressions of the same and different orders. Once again, yung orders, that is the other term for index. Okay? Yung isang part ng ating radical sign. Okay? Paki-recall nyo yun, yung concept na yun. Okay? So, let us divide the following. For instance, we have cube root of 3 divided by cube root of 2. So, as you can see, they have different radicands. Okay? Once again, yung radicand, that is the expression or a number inside the radical sign. And itong 3 na to, sa labas ng ating radical sign, we call that as the index or orders. Okay, so as you can see, once again, our radical expressions have different radicands and the same indices or the same orders. So if you are going to rewrite that in fraction form, it will look like this. Cube root of 5 over cube root of 2. So what you're going to do with that is you have to think of a certain, diba? So nang naging lesson natin last week, we do not allow radical expressions in the place of the denominator. So we have to rationalize. So when we say rationalize or rationalization, that is the process of removing a radical sign in the denominator. So in this case, we have to think of a certain number or a certain radical expression that we are going to multiply on both numerator and denominator, so that our denominator will be a perfect cube. This time cube naman to kasi ang index natin ay 3. So ano ba yung kailangan nating i-multiply kay 2 so that our denominator will be a perfect cube. So ano po ba yung mga perfect cubes? Starting with 2 cube. Okay, that means 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, you are going to multiply 2 3 times to itself. So this is 8. Okay, so 8 is a perfect cube. 3 cube. 3 times 3 times 3, that is 27. So 27 is also an example of a perfect cube. What else? 4 cube. 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 4, that is 64. So for instance, ano yung pinakamabilis nating ma-achieve dyan? What number should we multiply to 2 so that we could get a perfect cube? What do you think? Kung magmumultiply ako ng cube root of 2, okay, on both numerator and denominator, we will have cube root of 4 sa ating denominator. And 4 is not a perfect cube. It is a perfect square. So, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin si cube root of 2. What number? Ano sa tingin niyo yung pwede natin gamitin na pang-multiply kay cube root of 2 so that it will become a perfect cube? What do you think?
2.
Okay, cube root of 2, ginawa ko na yung anak ko. Okay? So, di ba, nag-multiply tayo ng 2, so ang nakuha natin ay 4. So, hindi siya pwede. Okay, for instance, let us use cube root of 4. Bakit po cube root of 4? Kasi po, if we are going to multiply cube root of 4, this one, yung ating denominator, cube root of 4, to our denominator on the left side, which is cube root of 2, it will give you the answer of cube root of 8. And 8, right here, is a perfect cube. So, dapat ang ating i-multiply ay cube root of 4. Kasi, di ba, last week, madali lang. Kasi, square root. Kailangan nyo lang kopyahin kung ano yung, what they call this, kung ano yung nasa denominator. Kasi square root lang naman siya. Ngayon, hindi yun applicable ngayon, mga anak, kasi cube tayo, cube root. You have to think of a certain radical that will make your denominator a perfect cube. That's why we use cube root of 4. And always remember, when you are rationalizing, when you are multiplying, whatever radical expression that you will multiply to the denominator, you will also multiply that on the numerator. That's why we will have cube root of 20 over cube root of 8. So let us simplify. Is 20 a perfect cube or not? 20, perfect cube po ba siya o hindi? Yes or no? Is this a perfect cube or not? Ano-ano ba yung mga perfect cubes natin kanina? We have 8, what else? 27, 64, and so on. Oh, now, my question is 20 a perfect cube or not? No. Okay, so, if that's the case, ayan, thank you po sa mga sumasagot sa chat box. It is not a perfect cube. So, therefore, as is lang siya, kokopyahin lang natin siya. Okay, next. On our denominator, cube root of 8. Is 8 a perfect cube or not? Yes or no?
Perfect.
Perfect cube po. Okay, so therefore, we are going to simplify that. What is now the cube root of 8? What is the cube root of 8? What is that certain number wherein if we are going to multiply itself thrice, it will give you 8? Ano yung number na yon? Na kapag minultiply natin yung sarili niya ng 3 beses, mag-equal siya kay 8.
2.
Ayan, 2. Very good. Okay, same thing with Eliana and si Nathalie, sabi niya 2 and si Eliana, sabi rin niya sa chat box 2. That is correct. Therefore, your final answer will be cube root of 20 over 2. That's it. Do you have question? I suppose wala. So, ayan. Thank you, Eliana and Joriel, in answering on our chat box. So, number 2, let's have number 2. We have fourth root. Ito, medyo may bigit-bigit naman to. Fourth root na tayo. Fourth root of 1 divided by fourth root of AB cube. And if we are going to rewrite that, that will be fourth root of 1 over fourth root of AB cube. So, what do you think should we multiply so that our fourth root of AB cube will be a perfect fourth power? Ano ang exponent ng ating A? Ano ang exponent ng ating A? Ano ang exponent nito? Ni A? 1 ba or 0? Ano exponent ni A? 1. Tama po. So, ilang A ang kailangan natin para makabuo tayo ng 4 na A? Kung meron na tayong isa, ilan pa yung kailangan nating A para makabuo ng 4? Ilan pa? 3. So, you're going to write it down as A cube. Ganyan lang siya, mga anak. Mas madali pag naka-letters. Kasi ganyan lang ang gagawin nyo. Next, for our B. Ilan ang B natin? 3. Ilan pa ang kailangan natin para maging 4? Isa. Therefore, you are going to write B raised to 1 or simply B right here. Okay, so, the radical expression that you're going to multiply on both numerator and denominator will be 4th root of a cube b over 4th root of a cube b. So let us simplify that. Let us multiply. So it will give you the answer of 4th root of a cube b all over 4th root of a raised to 4, b raised to 4. So as you can see here, our radicand has, on the denominator, our radicand has the exponents of 4. Therefore, pwede nating i-extract yan mamaya kasi mga perfect fourth powers na sila. Unlike in our numerator, we cannot simplify that anymore. Kasi naka-simplest form na yan. Hindi na natin pwedeng i-extract si a cube at saka si b. So, you just have to copy that. So, our final answer now will be 4th root of a cube b over ab. Simple as that. Ma'am, bakit po naging ab yung denominator? Kasi nga po, when we have our perfect n powers, kailangan nyo yung extract. So, meaning, kung ito ay 4, pwede natin yung ilabas, i-extract natin. Okay? When we are extracting, we are going to remove the exponent. So, both yan, yung a and b natin ay perfect fourth powers. So, ab lang siya dito. Question po? Wala po. Okay, so let's proceed with example number 3. Thank you po. Example number 3, we have 30. Square root of 8 raised, isa pa. Basahin ko ng tama. 30 square root of 8x raised to 4, y squared divided by 6 square root of 2x. So, what should we multiply to 2? Sa denominator tayo, let us focus on our denominator. What should we multiply to 2 so that it will become a perfect square since ito ay square root? Ano ang dapat natin i-multiply kay 2 para maging perfect square? What do you think? Ano kailangan natin i-multiply kay 2 para maging perfect square?
2.
2. We are going to use 2 later on. How about kay x? What should we multiply to x so that it will become a perfect square? Ilang x pa ang kailangan natin para maging perfect square siya? 1. Okay, so therefore, we are going to multiply square root of 2x on both numerator and denominator. So let us multiply. So this will be 30 square root of 16. Ma'am, paano naging 16 po iyon? Okay, so dito tayo kay numerator. Okay, so that will be 8x raised to 4 y squared times 2x. Okay, so that is simply 8 times 2. Nanilelate ng aking ballpen. Ayan, 8 times 2, that's why we have 16. And then for our x, we have x raised to 4 times x. That's why we will have x raised to 5. And since wala tayong y sa kabila, sa ating right factor, you just have to copy what is written on the left side. So that is y squared. That's why we have here 16x raised to 5y squared. Can you follow? Nakakasunod pa po ba? Yes, okay. So for our numerators, denominators naman, we are going to multiply our radical expressions. Okay? So those are 2x times 2x. That's why we have here on the denominator 4x squared. Can you still follow? I suppose yes. Okay, thank you. So let us simplify now. So as you can see on our numerator, kaya natin siyang i-simplify. Okay, so this will now be 30 square root of 4 squared. Ma'am, saan po galing si 4 squared? That came from the exponential form of 16. Okay, yung 16, that is 4 squared. Because 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, next. So x raised to 5, what we did right there is that we factored it. Okay, kumbaga, biniyak-biyak natin si x raised to 5. Bakit po? Since our index right here is 2, dapat po ang highest exponent ng ating radicals ay 2. So, biniyak natin yung 5 into x squared, and then x. Okay, so ganyan po ang ginawa natin kay x raised to 5. And since our y squared, nabulol na ako. It already, ano ba yan? Nabulol ako. Si y squared, since this is already a perfect square, so we just have to copy that. Okay? And then for our denominator, as you can see, we also express our denominator or our radicand into exponential form, which is 4. So, si 4, we converted that into its exponential form, which is 2 squared. And since our x squared right here is already a perfect square, we just have to copy that. Nakakasunod pa po ba? May question po? I suppose wala. So, let us simplify now. Let us extract the perfect squares. Meaning, kailangan nating ilabas yung mga terms sa ating radicand na perfect squares. Okay? So, we are going to extract 4 squared, x squared, and then y. So, may iwan mag-isa si x sa ating radicand since x is not a perfect square. Okay? So, this will now be written as 30 times 4, ayun siya. Extract natin, tinanggal po natin ang kanyang exponent na wala pang aking pen, ayan. And then, x squared, and then y squared. And then, si square root of x, naiwan siya doon. Okay, so yan po ang nangyari sa ating numerator. Same thing with our denominator. This will be extracted to 6 times 2 times x. So, let us simplify or let us multiply the obtained roots. So, this will be 120 x squared y square root of x all over 12x. Now, let us divide or let us simplify. What is 120 divided by 12? 10. Okay, so we have 10. Next, what is x squared divided by x? X squared divided by x. You just, ayan, sabi ni Thea, x. Very good. Sabi ni Joriel then x. Okay, that is correct. We just have to, what do you call this? We just have to subtract the exponents of our x. So, x squared over x, it will give you x. Okay, so since si y, wala naman siyang kapartner dun sa ating denominator, you just have to copy that. Same thing with square root of x. Therefore, the final answer for that is 10xy square root of x. Do you have questions?
None.
None po. Okay. So, this is going to be your quiz under this topic. Okay. So, for quiz 7A, this is the first part. Pagsasama-samahin natin yung mga natutunan natin sa addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of radical expressions. Okay? So, halimbawa, our first and second radicals, our first radical is 5 square root of 6, and then our second radical is 2 square root of 6. If you are going to add that, it will give you the answer of 7 square root of 6. So, ito yung sasagot nyo mamaya. Okay, next. If you are going to subtract naman, 5 square root of 6, 5 square root of 6 minus 2 square root of 6, it will give you 3 square root of 6. Okay? So, and so on and so forth. So, sa numbers 1, 5, 9, and 13, you are going to add the radical expressions. For numbers 2, 6, 10, and 14, you're going to subtract. For numbers 3, 7, 11, and 15, you're going to multiply it. And for the remaining numbers, which are 4, 8, 12, and 16, you are going to divide naman ang ating given radicals. Question po?
None.
None po. So let's proceed with our second topic, which is dividing radicals of different orders. So kung kanina, medyo madali-dali pa siya. Medyo madali-dali siya kasi magkapareho po ang ating indices or ang ating orders. This time, let us divide radical expressions with different indices or different orders. So as you can see on the right side of your screen, those are the steps to follow para makapag-divide tayo. So let us do it. Number 1, we have cube root of 3 divided by square root of 2. So as you can see right there, obviously, they have different indices or different orders. Yung isa 3, yung isa 2. Although it is not written down, that is automatically 2. If you're going to write it down in fraction form, no. Sabi kay step number 1, express radicals to the same order. So, paano ba natin yan gagawin? Under that step, we have 3 steps pa. Number 1, transform the radicals to fractional exponents. Okay, so if you could remember, we have cube root of 3. Okay, so our index is 3, the base of our radical is 3, and the exponent, although it is not written down, that is 1. So if you could recall, we are going to transform that into, expressions in rational exponents or fractional exponents, the base of your radicand will also be the base of your expression. The exponent of your radicand will be the numerator of the exponent, and then the index right here will be the denominator. That's why yung cube root of 3 natin, it gave you the answer of 3 raised to 1/3. Okay, same thing with square root of 2. That is also equal to 2 raised to 1/2. So that we are already done doing the step 1A. Next, step 1B. Paano po ba natin gagawin na similar ang ating fractional exponents? Okay, so you just have to do this one. Okay, ma'am, paano po nangyari yon? Okay, so focus tayo kay focus tayo kay exponents. We have 1/3 and then 1/2. What is the LCD of 1/3 and 1/2? What is the LCD or LCM of 3 and 2? What is the LCM or LCD of 1/3 and 1/2? 3 and 2. Ano ang least common denominator ng 3 at 2? Least common multiple ng 3 and 2. 6. Tama po yan. 6. Okay? That is 6. Okay, next. 6 divided by 3, that is 2. 2 times 1, that is 2. So, you have to put that right here. Kaya tayo mayroong 2/6 dito. Okay? Next, punta tayo kay 1/2. 6 divided by 2, that is 3. 3 times 1, that is 3. Kaya po tayo may 3/6 dito. Nakukuha po kung saan galing yan? Or kung paano natin i-accomplish ang ating step 1B? Okay, so let us proceed with step 1C. Hindi ko po nakuha. Isa pa. Okay? Explain ulit natin. So once again, we have our exponents 1/3 and 1/2. Okay, so sabi kay step 1B, make the fractional exponents similar. When we say similar, kailangan daw po ang denominators ng ating exponents ay pareho. Okay? Kailangan nating humarap ng paraan para maging similar exponents yan. Okay? Or similar fractions. By thinking of the LCD. So as you said, a while ago, the LCD or the least common denominator of 1/3 and 1/2 is 6. So you just have to put your fraction bar right there and you write down the least common denominator, which is 6. And then, what you're going to do is that, first, dito muna tayo kay 1/3. 6 divided by 3, that is 2. 2 times 1, that is 2. So, you have to write it down 2. Okay? Sa tapat ni 1/3. Kasi, ma'am, si Thea po, dinadaldala ko. Ay, nako kayo dyan. Okay? So, we have 2, 6. Kaya po tayo dito, under kay 1/3, ang similar fraction niya or ang equivalent fraction niya ay 2/6. Ito siya, Eliana. Okay? Next, 6 divided by 2, that is 3. 3 times 1, that is also 3. Kaya po itong 3, 6 na to, ilalagay natin siya dito sa tapat ni 1/2. Nakukuha na po? Nakukuha na po ba? Opo. Okay. So, let us proceed. So, tapos na tayo kay step 1B. Punta naman tayo kay step 1C. That tells us to transform the equivalent fractional exponents in radical form. So, ang gagawin daw natin dito, sa dalawang ito, ita-transform daw natin iyan into radical form. Okay? So, it will be 6th root of 3 squared divided by 6th root of 2/3. O, baka may nakakalimot. Once again, kung kanina, sabi natin kay cube root of 3, para ma-transform natin to into fractional exponents, the base of your radicand will also be the base of your expression. And since it has an exponent of 1, although it is not written down, the exponent of your radicand will be the numerator of your exponent. And then, the index right here will be the denominator. Kaya yung cube root of 3, that is also equal to 3 raised to 1/3. Okay? Now, paano naman natin yan ibabalik? What if we have 3 raised to 2/6 and we are being asked to transform that into a radical expression? Okay? We just have to move backwards. So, you put your radical sign. And then once again, the base of your expression will also be the base of your radicand. The numerator will be the exponent of your radicand. And then, the denominator of your exponent will be the index. Kaya itong 3 raised to 2/6, that is also equal to 6 root of 3 squared. Nakukuha po? Nakukuha o isa pa? Opo. Anong opo? Opo na nakukuha o opo na isa pa? Ox na po. Okay. So, that is step 1C. Next. Okay. Thank you very much po. Pagpataon nyo gano'n ako ng gano'n, mga anak, ang kati talaga ng ilong ko. Hindi ko mapigilang magkamot. Okay. So, next. For number 2, let us simplify. So, paano ba natin yan isi-simplify? By simplifying, ayan, ito pala ang ginawa ko dito. We are going to rewrite it into fractional exponents. No. Wait. Mali ako doon. Erase. We are going to rewrite that into form. So, this will now be 6th root of 3 squared over 6th root of 2 cubed. Okay, so katulad ng ginawa natin kanina, we are going to find ways para ang ating denominator ay maging perfect 6th power. Okay, ma'am, bakit po ang minultiply natin ay 2 cube? Okay, so i-zoom in natin yan para mas makita nyo. Zoom in natin. Okay, so as you can see right there, we have a 2 right here and it has an exponent of 3. So ilang 2 pa ba ang kailangan natin para makabuo tayo ng 6? Okay, that's why I multiplied that 2 cube. Because 2 cube times 2 cube, it will give you the answer of 2 raised to 6. And 2 hindi reflect. Ayan, 2 raised to 6. Okay, baka mamaya may mali to. Ma'am, bakit tinalunan natin to? Okay, that is simply showing you na kailangan nyo i-multiply yan. 3 squared times 2 cube, and then 2 cube times 2 cube. So, sa ating numerator, it will give you the answer of 9 times 8. Ma'am, saan po nanggaling yung 9 times 8? Okay, that came from 3 squared. 3 squared is 9. Kaya po tayo may 9 dito. And then 2 cube. 2 cube is 8. Kaya tayo may 8 naman dito sa ating numerator. Doon lang po yun nanggaling, ha? Huwag masyadong maligaw. Okay, so for our denominator, 2 cube times 2 cube, that is equal to 2 raised to 6. And as you can see right there, 2 raised to 6 is a perfect sixth power. Therefore, you could extract that right away. So, the final answer will be 6th root of 72 over 2. Ma'am, hindi na po ba nating easy simplify si 72? Hindi na po. Bakit po? Because there are no factors. Okay, once again, there are no factors of 72 wherein one of the factor is a perfect sixth power. So, as is siya. Wala pong factor si 72 na perfect sixth power. Kaya as is, kopyahin nyo na lamang. Okay, we have 6th root of 72 over 2. Question po kay example 1. None. Okay, let's proceed with number 2. We have cube root of 4 divided by 6th root of 2. So, obviously, meron tayong magkaibang indices or orders. So, once again, with step 1A, we have to transform that into fractional exponents. Si cube root of 4, ano ang fractional exponents nito? If we are going to transform that into exponential form, what would be the exponential form of cube root of 4? Oh, the base of the radicand will also be the base of the expression. The exponent of the radicand will be the numerator of the exponent. And the index will be the denominator of the exponent. So once again, what is the exponential form of cube root of 4? What is the exponential form of cube root of 4? 4 raised to 1/3 ba yan, Eliana? Tama ba ang intindi ko? 4 raised to 1/3 yan? O 4 and 1/3? Siguro 4 raised to 1/3 ang ibig sabihin ni Eliana, but that is correct. 4 and 1/3? 4 and 1/3, ganito ba anak ko? 4 and 1/3? Kasi 4 and 1/3 ito. O 4 raised to 1/3? Alin dito? Left or right? Four raised to 1/3 po siguro. Yung nasa taas. Okay. So, tama po yun. Tama po si Eliana. Tama rin si Thea. 4 raised to 1/3 po siguro. Tama po yun. Okay, so once again, the exponential form of cube root of 4 is 4 raised to 1/3. Very good. How about 6 root of 2? Once again, we have here 4 raised to 1/3 divided by, how about 6 root of 2? Ano po ang exponential form ng 6 root of 2? 2 raised to 1/6. Very good, Eliana. 2 raised to 1/6. Ayan po siya. 4 raised to 1/3. Mga anak, paalala ko lang ulit ha, pag nagsusulat tayo ng exponents, kailangan talaga naka-raise. Katulad nitong sinulat ko dito, 4 raised to 1/3 divided by 2 raised to 1/6. Huwag nyo gagayahin ito. Sa pagkaka-type lang iyan. Okay? Kapag exponent, kailangan nakataas talaga. Okay? But anyway, once again, in step 1A, that will be 4 raised to 1/3 divided by 2 raised to 1/6. Next, step 1B. We are going to make the fractional exponents similar. Once again, what is the LCD of 1/3 and 1/6? LCD po tayo. What is the LCD? Lower. Common multiple nila yan. Tama po. Pero may mas mababa pa. Isip tayo.
Six.
Isip pa.
Six po.
6. Ayan, sabi rin ni Ashley at saka ni Aya, Thea, ni Joriel. Ayan, 6. Tama po, 6. Sabi rin ni Marlouie. Okay, that is 6. That's correct. So, let us use 6. Okay, so dito wala tayo 1/3. 6 divided by 3, that is 2. 2 times 1, that is 2. So, mamaya, under kay 1/3, ang isusulat natin na exponent ay 2 over 6. Next, dito naman tayo kay 1/6. 6 divided by 6, that is 1. And 1 times 1, that is 1. So, later on, under kay 1/6, 1/6 pa rin ang ating isusulat katulad nito. Okay, that will be 4 raised to 2/6 divided by 2 raised to 1/6. Okay, so we are already done doing step 1B, which is making the fractional exponents similar. Next, for step 1C, let us transform each fractional exponents into its radical form. So, itong C4 raised to 2 over 6, ano kaya ang radical form nito? Ano kaya ang radical form niyan? What is the base of the radicand? What is the exponent of the radicand? What is the index? Who would like to try? 4 raised to 2, 6. Yes, Joriel.
6. 6 root. 6 root 4 squared.
6 root of 4 squared. Very good. That's correct. Okay? 4 raised to 2, 2. Nabulol ako. 4 raised to 2, 6 is equal to 6 root of 4 squared. Very good, Joriel. How about 2 raised to 1, 6? What is the radical form of 2 raised to 1, 6? What is the radical form? Gawin nyo, ano tawag dito? Gawin nyo, nalimutan ko yung sentence ko, mga anak. Gawin yung pattern or guide itong ginawa ni Joriel na 6 root of 4 squared. What is the radical form? 6 raised to 1/3. Anak, radical na tayo. Okay, let us, Joriel, konting ano mo yan? Konting ikot mo. Okay, sabi ni Marlouie, meron siyang pahabol. 2. 2, saan ko ilalagay yung 2, nak? Medyo nako-confuse si ma'am. Enlighten me. Okay, Joriel? Sabi ni Thea, 6 root of 2. Okay, how about Joriel? What is your answer? Napindot lang ba? But Thea's answer is 6 root of 2, which is correct. So, it will now be written as 6 root of 4 squared divided by 6 root of 2 raised to 1 or simply 6 root of 2. Okay? Okay lang yan na 6 root of 2. Tama din yon. So, let us rationalize. What should we multiply to 2 so that it will become a perfect, what do you call this? A perfect 6th power. Ano ang exponent nito dito? Ano ang exponent ni 2? 2 ba? Tingnan maigi. Ano ang exponent ni 2? Ano ang exponent nito? 1. Okay. So, if we have 1 as our exponent of 2, ibig sabihin, meron daw tayong isang 2. Ilang 2 pa ang kailangan natin
para makabuo tayo ng 6 na 2. Meron na tayong isa. Ilan pa ang kailangan? 5. Tama po. So, we are going to multiply that to 2 raised to 5. Pwede nyo pong gawin na technique ito kapag nahihirapan kayo mag-isip. Okay? Mag-rely kayo sa exponents. So, kung isang exponent ko, ilang pa ang kailangan ko na 2 para maging perfect 6th power, pwede nyo pong gawin yan. Okay? So, let us multiply that. So, this will now be 6 root of 4 squared times 2 raised to 5 all over 6 root of 2 raised to 1 or simply 2 times 2 raised to 5. So, let us simplify that. Papunta tayo sa taas. Okay, so it will be 6 root of 16 times 32 all over 6 root of 2 raised to 6. So, this will now be 6 root of 512 over 6 root of 2 raised to 6. Okay, yung 512, baka may nalilito. That came from multiplying 16 times 32. So, we factored 64 times 8. Or we factored 512 by 64 times 8. Ma'am, bakit po 64 times 8? Okay? Bakit po natin finactor si 512 into 64 and 8? Because 64 right here is a perfect 6th power. So, we could use that. Okay? So, let us extract. So, this will now be 6 root of... Wait lang. Mali si ma'am. Ulit. Okay? So, this will now be 2. Ma'am, saan po nanggaling si 2? Okay? Once again, the 6 root of 64, that is 2. Kaya tayo may 2 dito. And then si 8, may iwan siya sa loob ng radical sign. Because 8 is not a perfect 6th power. Okay? Can you still follow? Hello? Yes. Okay. So, all over 2. Yung denominator natin ay 2. Since 2 raised to 6, that is a perfect 6th power. So, we could extract that to 2. So, if we are going to simplify that, it will give you the answer of 6 root of 8. Bakit po? Kasi si 2 divided by 2, that is 1. Therefore, the answer or the resulting equation will be 6 root of 8. Okay, so as you can see right there, naka-highlight na siya. Meaning yan na ang answer. But, it is not yet the final answer. Bakit po? Si 6 root of 8, pwede ba natin yang paliitin? Pwede pa natin yang isimplify? Always remember when you are having your, when you are having your final answers or when you are writing down your final answers, always make sure that your final answer is in the simplest form. Ma'am, baka may magtanong, ma'am, wala naman ng factor si 8 na wherein yung isang factor niya ay perfect 6th power. Wala naman na po. Tama po, wala po. Okay, but we could still simplify that. How? By reducing our index. Okay, kung marerecall nyo. Pero alam ko, hindi nyo na marerecall. Okay, so let us simplify that. This will be 6 root of 2 cube. The exponential form of 8 is 2 cube. Okay, mga anak, ito ay reducing the index ha. Parang week 3 ba to o week 2? Di ko matandaan na lesson natin. Okay, basta na-discuss natin ito. So once again, we are going to express our radicand into exponential form. That's why we have here 2 cube. Then after that, what is the fraction form or the, what they call this, the exponential form of 6 root of 2 cube? What is the exponential form? What would be the base? What would be the numerator of the exponent? What would be the denominator of the exponent? Anyone? Yes, Joriel.
2 raised to 6.
Is that 2 raised to 6? Is that 2 raised to 6? Kulang-kulang. Sige, pihit mo pa, Joriel. Kulang-kulang. Konti na lang.
3,
2 raised to 3, 6. Or 2 raised to 3 over 6. Very good. But, what is the lowest term of our 3 over 6?
1/2.
1/2. Very good. So that will now be our new exponent. If we are going to transform this, yung 2 raised to 1/2 into radical expression or radical form, what would be our answer? What is 2 raised to 1/2 if you are going to transform that into radical expressions? Two raised to 1/2. Ano ang equivalent radical expression niyan? Square root of 2 ba yan, Thea? Square root of 2 ba? Tama ba ako? O 2, square root of 2. Tama po. Square root of 2. Okay, ma'am. Bakit po nagkagadol? Okay? Baka may nalilito. Yung 2 raised to 1/2. That is also kung ano po ang base ng inyong expression, that will also be the base of your radicand. Ang numerator, yung po ang magiging exponent ng radicand, and the denominator right here, that will be the index. So this will be square root of 2 raised to 1 or simply square root of 2. So ganyan po siya ha. Always make sure that your final answers are in its simplest form. Question po?
None.
None po. If that's the case, this is going to be your quiz under this topic. 7B. Ayan lang siya. Dalawa lang ang binigay ko para mas mabilis kayong matapos. Questions po? I suppose wala na. Okay, thank you very much. Before we end this call, wala muna tayong game mga anak ha, kasi matindi yung game na ginawa ko last week. 5 yung na-exempt. Ano po? Okay, so before we end this call, once again, na katulad ng lagi kong pinapaalala, paki po. Pakipasa na po ang mga dapat ipasa, pakisagutan na po ang mga dapat sagutan para hindi tayo naghahabulan sa... Yes, Lawrence?
Wala, ma'am.
Okay. So, once again, pakisagutan po ang mga dapat sagutan, pakipasa ang dapat ipasa para hindi po tayo naghahabulan next week. Because next week, last week na natin for the second quarter. And next week, you will have your long test kasabay ng inyong quiz 8. Okay? Cute mo daw po, sabi ni Lawrence. Thank you very much po. Charas! Okay, so if you do not have your questions anymore, that would be all. Thank you very much. Happy Monday and good morning, everyone. Bye-bye.